two-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal, Rhul, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hey, yo, welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul. Uncle T is back in effect. Of course, Terry Foster here, back in the fold. He's in for D-Mac today. D-Mac got some Red Ring business to take care of. We have Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, still a free man. But, hey, Spenny, you always keeping one eye open, don't you?
Always watching for the law. You never know when they're going to come try me again, so...
That's all right, man.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm ready for him.
Spenmo walked out a free man, TFos.
Free man how?
Well, he had that traffic violation, and they were looking to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law.
Fullest extent.
But he walked out a free man.
I had to do that with my son, and he walked out a free man too.
Yeah.
See, one by one.
I should be a traffic cop lawyer or something.
You should, or a consultant at the very least. But we got all of you as well, the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jump in there, get your thoughts in there. I think we're going to have somewhat of a polarizing show today. I think that's a good way to put it, because I don't think that there's any room in the middle, T-Foss, for any of the stuff we're talking about.
There is not.
I am going to help fix the Pistons.
Actually, you're not.
No, actually,
but go ahead.
I am, T. We will get to that coming up in just a little bit. And I'm doing the Joe Dumars model, too, of how he took the Pistons from teal uniforms to an NBA championship. I'm going to do it in the same style, and I'm going to let you guys know. And it's going to be fun.
I'm
and
excited.
It's going to be polarizing.
Can't wait to hear this.
Now, I will count on you guys to be reasonable. I can't help everybody. Now, a lot of people are going to have, like, Sam Flannel's initial reaction, where they let emotion take over.
Let me get this. Now, you want us to be reasonable. In other words, to ignore your crap and just say, oh, yeah, you're right, Neal. That's not happening.
No, T-Foss. I can't help it if you're not capable of critical thought. That's on you. That's not on me. I can only show you the path. That's all I can do.
Or maybe I take it so deep that you can't get there.
All right. Hey, it's going to be good. Let's just say it like that. It's going to be good. I'm curious to get Spenmo's take on it as well. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, some LeBron James discussion, who's 36 points away from becoming the all-time NBA scoring leader. That's justified discussion, and I want to hear it, Spenmo. It is. Not from you. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to say I like LeBron. Works for me.
And whether you like him or not, you have to respect him.
Yeah, for sure. He's about to become the leading scorer all time in the NBA. Like I said, when he's all said and done, he's going to finish number 1 in points and top 5 in rebounds and assists. So,
right, and so we are, and we're gonna discuss it, and I hope we can all do it like adults. And like I said, it's one of those things where critical thought, Terry Foster, get past emotion and think critically.
I've been thinking about something the last few days. Have we said that Michael Jordan is the greatest simply because he played in the 80s and the 90s?
Yes.
And should LeBron, who's breaking all these records, be there? Now, I'll admit, when I look at them play as far as actual skills, I still think Michael Jordan was a better player from actual skill standpoint. But as far as production and playing the game the right way, LeBron should be ahead of Michael Jordan.
We'll discuss, yeah, absolutely.
The amazing thing about LeBron James is he plays the game the correct way. He makes the right plays, whether it's scoring, passing, rebounding, or flopping. He makes that right play. And so that's why it's amazing to me that he's going to pass Kareem. Kareem's only job was to score. He couldn't rebound. He just scored. He did the sky hook, and that was his thing. So for LeBron James to pass him in scoring is a pretty amazing thing.
It is, and we'll discuss it. We're gonna break all of that stuff down. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Pete Smith says Neal is going to trade Sadiq and acquire draft capital. That is not my plan. That is not my plan. You guys aren't going to like it at first, but it follows a blueprint. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. eFog3 says, what up, everybody? And it is good to have you all with us. So I do want to start off Did you guys see Trent Dilfer's act, by the way? And I'm getting really tired of this stuff. Did you see it, Spenmo?
I did see it.
Oh,
yes.
can I ask you a question? Who the hell is Trent Dilfer?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Exactly.
We'll get to that. And for those of you that missed it, there's a clip. What show was he? Do you guys know what show he was on?
It was 30 for 30.
He was on 30 for 30. Oh, the
Yeah,
Ravens 30
the
for 30.
Bullies of Baltimore.
Yeah, okay. Great team, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Historically great defense.
R.I.P. Goose.
Yeah. Mid quarterback.
Very mid.
Not even mid.
Yeah.
But anyway, that has nothing to do with the discussion. It will later. And I'm going to tell you guys not to get emotional about stuff. And what am I going to do here in about 45 seconds?
Get emotional.
100%. But anyway, Trent Dilfer was on the 30 for 30 talking about the modern quarterback. And the quote was, the modern quarterback isn't impressive. They don't throw guys open, or they don't adjust routes and those. You know what I'm getting tired of? I'm getting really tired of people like Trent Dilfer and the old heads out there. Today's athlete is not impressive. You know who's not impressive? Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer, you were not impressive. You rode the coattails of the greatest defense of all time. And for you to sit there on a television show and talk about how the modern let me get it right. The quote, this modern quarterback isn't impressive. I'm tired of this stuff, man. The old guys that come out here and talk about this generation isn't impressive and stuff, they sell their bodies to the game, the nutrition, the year-round training. So Trent Dilfer and people like you, stop with this. Stop with the talking about the modern athlete. You weren't impressive, Trent Dilfer. You were not impressive. That's it.
Can I tell you why Trent Dilfer is a buckethead? Today, the quarterback is the most difficult position in sports. Back when Trent Dilfer played, you had time to sit back in the pocket and look around. Today, defenses are positioned to kill you. You can't hold the ball for 3 seconds. You got 2-point-something seconds to throw the damn football. How's that easy? That's hard. Trent Dilfer could go back, look around, and still screw the play up. Today, if you give quarterbacks 4 seconds to do something, they'll pick you apart. Kill you.
100%.
So
And
the man don't know what he's talking about.
And today's quarterback will, take off and be athletic and go make a play based on athleticism. So Trent Dilfer, you are not impressive. Rack, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Trent Dilfer, who had 129 interceptions and 113 touchdowns in a career. Yes, that Trent Dilfer. Not impressive. That's not impressive. Stop with this, man.
Like I said, who is Trent Dilfer? I know who he is, but I don't know who he is.
He has no self-awareness. That's the problem. That 2000 Ravens team, that was a historically great defense, a very, very good team. They won a Super Bowl, and it had nothing to do with Trent Dilfer. That defense that year had the record for fewest points allowed in a 16-game season, fewest rushing yards allowed in a 16-game season, and in the playoffs, in the 4 playoff games, that defense gave up an average of 5.8 points per game. Trent Dilfer is the poster child for shitty quarterbacks winning Super Bowls because of great rosters around him. Shut the F up, Trent Dilfer. I don't want to hear a thing from you. Nothing.
That's why when I hear, well, you can't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
Well, look at Trent Dilfer.
That's what I always say. Look at Trent Dilfer. I
He's
said,
like a
yes, you
meme.
can. You can win a Super Bowl with Neal Rhul.
If the defense gives up 5.8 points per game,
Hey, Neal Rhul,
Yes.
you could have won that Super Bowl.
I
with the
could have won that
quarterback.
Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
I absolutely could have won that Super Bowl. And I could have been on a 30 for 30.
Yep.
And I could be in the studio talking about how I had 113 touchdowns and 129 interceptions and telling everybody how they're not impressive.
I mean, he even brought up examples of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Like,
I
who
know.
the hell are you, Trent Dilfer? Those are 2 of the 10 best quarterbacks in NFL history. And Trent Dilfer, bum. You have to realize, the messenger. Who is the messenger? You're Trent Dilfer. You might have an idea that you think is good, but you're Trent Dilfer. You're not an all-time great, not even close. You rode the coattails, you were a bust for the early part of your career, you had more interceptions than touchdowns, and you are the poster child for crappy quarterbacks winning a Super Bowl.
No, I've had enough of this too, man. Being around it and working around it and being involved in it, you see the level of training. You see the level of nutrition. They give their lives to this, Terry. They give their
how
lives.
about this? Back in the day, you had some quality wide receivers who were 5'10" or 5'11", running 4.6 40s.
You got no shot
Now you got dudes 6'3", 6'4", running 4.3, 4.4 40s. Can elevate. How are you going to stop that? It's better now.
Gromit 0237. Everybody bitching would trade places with Dilfer in a heartbeat. Nah. I'm cool. Oh, Gromit 0237.
I mean, I'd trade places with Trent Dilfer for sure, but I wouldn't say something stupid like that. I would understand who I am.
No, I would take a Super Bowl ring as a quarterback and have you guys say I sucked. Doesn't take away my ring. Doesn't take away my paycheck. So, yeah, I would trade places.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, you can stay poor if you want with your 2 furnaces. I have 5 furnaces. And 3 air conditioning units.
Man, really?
4 houses. Yeah, I would.
Oh, 4 houses. That doesn't count.
Maybe 2.
Okay. That maybe that is a little bit better. Brandon Cat says it's never been easier for quarterbacks in the NFL. Really? It hasn't? You're right, because the edge rushing position, is as mid as it's ever been, Brandon.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, pay attention to a damn game. The idea for defenses now is to kill quarterbacks. We had a guy here in Detroit, head coach, was not interested in putting pressure on the quarterback. And guess what they did? They lost. Now teams, they got dudes 6'8". Look at Aiden Hutchinson. This dude can get to the quarterback as fast as anybody. If the quarterback doesn't have the ball, he'll chase down the running back. It's different now.
It is different. And Kat says you can't touch quarterbacks anymore. I know. It looks like you can when they get sacked, man. It looks like you can when they get sacked.
He makes the point, there's too much roughing the passer and stuff like that. But the bottom line is things are positioned for that man to get the ball off in 2.5 seconds. Back in the day, you had 4.5 seconds. That's a big difference. That changes the way the offenses are run. And also, you got these stud wide receivers. So the offenses are just better now. And the thing that I will give Trent Dilfer some credit is, you can't touch receivers after 3 yards. You can't control them. You can't push them to where you want to. There's no such thing as a shutdown cornerback. We still call them shutdown cornerbacks, but guess what? They don't shut anybody down. So I will give him credit for that. But the other thing is the league has become more sophisticated. The defenses are a monster now. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens back in the day were great. The Chicago Bears back in the day were great. But their whole purpose was to stop the offense. Today, the defense is set up to destroy the offense and take the damn ball away and hurt you. There's a difference.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And Casino C says Lawrence Taylor better than these new guys, and he was high most of the time. Hey, he never had more than 3 interceptions in a season. He's no Aiden Hutchinson.
No, I mean, Lawrence Taylor is obviously one of the greatest defensive players of all time. But the modern day, if you're not allowed to touch quarterbacks, I get that roughing the passer is overcall, but then how did Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, and Myles Garrett, how do they wreak so much havoc? How do they sack the quarterback so much? How does TJ Watt do it? How did JJ Watt do it? How does Matthew Judon do it? I get it. It's a little bit softer. They've even called some roughing the passer on sacks, but we've got some edge rushers who can get after the quarterback, some of whom are going to go down as the best in NFL history, and that's just facts.
Real quick, before we hear about Lady Jane's, Robert Closey wants to know, did Flannel used to tell girls in bars that he was Trent Dilfer? You're getting a lot of Trent Dilfer comps right now.
I am. I've got my hair still, so thank goodness. But if I did go bald, I would probably look like Trent Dilfer. That's kind of, I don't like that.
But you do have your hair, so what do you have to do?
I got my wife without telling her I looked like Trent Dilfer, so it's all good.
Where do you need to go?
Well, if you were going to get your hair cut, since you have your hair, where would you go?
That was an attempted segue, and that went over my head. Lady Jane's, of course. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home. Up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
Off and running here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got TFos, Terry Foster, in for DMAC. TFos will be in for me Thursday and Friday. Last regular season road trip of the year. We traveled a lot this year. So,
all right, where's it to this weekend?
As you know, we started off with the Bahamas. And it got progressively worse as we as we went on. Like, Bahamas.
So you must be in Milwaukee.
Green Bay.
Okay.
We go to Green Bay on Wednesday, Milwaukee on Saturday. So,
okay.
Yes, you were correct. We top it all off. So, it got progressively worse as the season went on. Happy to have you all with us. Lots of chatter on the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Shane Sandrock says, bald greater than grown man bangs.
It's a good thing that I'm not in my early 20s and insecure anymore, because this chat would have ripped me apart. I'm not even going to lie.
So that got us to thinking.
Well, let me say this. I'd rather be bald than have bangs.
Okay, well.
Here's why.
Okay.
It's a cultural thing. As an African American, if I was going to have bangs, it means I'd have to have a Jerry curl. Jerry curls stink. They're nasty. And
they mess up furniture, too.
Yeah, they mess up. Yeah. Then you have to have like a, what's the little thing? Oh, shoot. Not the hamburger help, that little hamburger helper
the
bag.
hairnet?
You have to wear that on your head.
Yeah.
Like a strainer for your head?
Right, strainer for your head. So that's nasty. Now I want to introduce you to Uncle Buddy. As we progress, I'm going to talk to you about Uncle Buddy and his speech impediment. But before we do that, Uncle Buddy, for like a 2-month period, was dating my Aunt Margot. He had a Jerry curl.
And a speech impediment.
Okay. Speech impediment is more fit, but Aunt Margot was like, I don't want this nasty ass MF coming to my house with this stupid Jerry curls, bleeping up my couches. The house stinks, and he looks ridiculous. So he had bangs, but it was a Jerry curl, and it was shiny and had moisture all coming out and everything. And he would do his hair like this, and you get all wet.
Your soul.
We can't have bangs without having a Jerry curl. Not doing it. I'd rather be bald.
That's a non-negotiable. So we put that up on the woodwardsports.com chat thread. as a man, would your hairstyle, would you rather be bald or would you rather have bangs? 68% of folks right now saying they would rather be bald than have bangs, Sam Flannel. I actually, you know what? I'm surprised it's 33% now.
Really? I mean, I'm surprised because I don't think a single chat has ever gone in my favor. But I did see someone, I don't remember who it was, I apologize, that said that he has a receding hairline, so he would like to have bangs. So there you go. Someone understands.
Let me put you at ease for you young guys who haven't lost your hair yet. Chances are you will at some point.
Sure.
Now, unfortunately, mine started to leave me when I was in college. And the first thing I thought is, I'm not going to get any more women. That's it. I'm just going to be by myself. Nobody's going to want me. 2 months later, I'm in a bar at beautiful Central Michigan, and some white girls started rubbing my head. So I'm thinking, okay, this may not be that bad.
And it worked out for you.
It worked out for me. Absolutely.
And it really worked out for you at the Sun Bowl at all. By the way, we have a story time with Terry coming up. And
Super Bowl
story time with TFos. And he said that it was 2-segment worthy. So just think about that. Keep that in the back of your mind. Rack also says, and this is getting a lot of discussion, Rack says, Neal with the softball, and Flannel gets caught looking. Also, come on, Flannel, the softball was lobbed as slow as possible. That was bad on your part.
That was very bad. I accept responsibility, and I'll even give myself a 10-minute punishment. I'll mute my mic. It's okay.
There you go.
I was almost to the point where I was going to say, I go to Lady Jane's, let me get my hair baked. I'll go to Lady Jane's.
No excuses.
And
I got no excuses.
What's Neal talking about? I don't get it.
Serve that.
Some Lions news. They signed Scottie Montgomery as an assistant head coach and the running backs coach. So just like that, right, Spenny? We've forgotten all about Deuce Staley.
Just like that. Deuce Staley's out here.
Yep. So,
Deuce Staley was crazy.
Yeah.
He was most recently the Colts running back coach. Tom Pelissero had the tweet. Veteran dude, been around a while. So, other teams had interest in him. Mm-hmm. I know that we're very proud of that here, now that he's here.
Yep.
And so, is it move the needle for y'all, Spenny?
I mean, it's a good move. I think they needed to fill the position. Apparently, Dan Campbell loves having his running back coach be his assistant head coach as well. So that's good. And if he can do with DeAndre Swift and possibly Jamal Williams what he did with Jonathan Taylor, I'll be pretty happy. So it's a good move for sure. I like it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says Flannel missed the softball because his bangs got in his eyes, which could be the case. And Alex Merrill said if only Fish would mute his mic for 10 minutes. What do you got on that, Terry? Does it move the needle for you at all? Seems solid. I mean, I don't know how excited you're supposed to be about a running backs coach being hired, but it seems solid, right?
We can't get excited about everything. Every time the Lions do something, we can't say, oh, boy, this is great. I don't even know who this dude is. I hope he comes here, does a fine job, and I'm curious to see how he's going to handle DeAndre Swift. Because Jonathan Taylor, I thought out of college was the better running back. He's the guy I would have taken, so I'm not going to give him full credit for what he did with Jonathan Taylor. But I want to see what he does with DeAndre Swift. And that's going to tell me if this guy is legit or not.
I have a question about the assistant coaches. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dom Rivera, can we get more Flannel impressions, please, T-Foss? Chuck says, Neal, as an assistant head coach, is a title to give them more money. Yeah, there's probably something to that. Detroit Dabber 313 says, Sam's bangs are extensions. You can't fool me. Are assistant coaches, do they get too much blame and too much value at the same time?
I don't think people know what assistant coaches do. Now,
running backs coaches, assistant coaches, all that kind of hitting coaches in baseball.
They're hype guys. They're the ones. They don't get enough credit because we always say that head coach is doing a great job, which he may be, but the assistant coaches are the one teaching every day. Assistant coaches are the one with these guys every day. Do they need motivation? Do they need for me to tone it down a little bit? They have to read an entire room. The coach kind of pops his head and, what's up, fellas? Everything good? Yep. Or is everything good? Nope. Well, I better stick around and see what's going on. He's like the CEO. But these assistant coaches, I mean, they're teaching the game. Hands-on.
No, and that is true. I just always thought, because people would talk about the Tigers hitting coach. And when they're not hitting the ball, why isn't the hitting coach fired? Right. And it's not that linear, man. Like, what is the hitting coach going to say to Miguel Cabrera? You know what I'm saying? Like when the Tigers were going good, obviously.
Here's what the hitting coach could say: stop getting old.
Well, he can't fix that.
Right.
So that is what it is. I've always thought that they get a little too much blame and too much credit.
In circumstances like that, and the coach and these fans, and God bless them, will say, the hitting coach should work on, their hitting. That's what he does. And then they bring up the most simplistic and stupid things, which the hitting coach, I'm sure, has already done. A lot of times you can either hit or you can't hit. Right. And sometimes they send guys to Toledo or they pull guys out the lineup and they work on things and maybe they might improve like 2 percentage points.
Right.
The bottom line, do you have the talent?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Pistons fan 11 says Montgomery had multiple OC interviews, so he could be a Ben Johnson replacement if and when he goes. And maybe that's an angle too. It talked about how he was pretty desired around the league. He also said he was a former head coach and called plays at a few colleges. So maybe there is some versatility to that.
Yeah, he was a head coach at Eastern Carolina. He was offense coordinator at Maryland and Duke. So he's been around.
Eastern Carolina had some solid seasons.
East Carolina had some solid seasons, yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says the real question is, what the hell is a hitting coach saying to Baez? LOL. Saying, hey, I know what he's probably saying. He's probably, hey, don't swing and miss at over 50% of the sliders that are pitched to you.
Here's what the fan will say. The hitting coach needs to tell Baez to stop reaching out for balls out of the strike zone. You don't think they've told him that 1,000,000 times? Of course. We didn't just think of it like, hey, man, he's leaning out and hitting pitches or trying to hit pitches 8 inches out the strike zone. Maybe the hitting coach hasn't noticed that. Of course he's noticed that. He's telling them every day, will you stop doing that? You making me look bad. Probably smacking the dude upside the head.
Kool-Aid Kid in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says, if I grew my bangs out, they would be on the back of my head.
That's a new look.
It's a mullet.
Yeah. And that one, I figured it would play, and I could use it as transition to get to the ad. I didn't think it would catch me as much as it did.
Yeah.
But then after I said it, I thought about it for a second, and it was more funny than I anticipated.
That's a good one.
So, good on you, Kool-Aid Kid. Cintron World's an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled waters as well. Cintron is fashionable, functional, and fun. And look, guys, you know what you want. You want premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and the non-negotiable is great taste. Ha-ha. Cintron is your top choice. So you know what? Why wait? Go on to Amazon. You can buy Cintron on Amazon. Live that prime life. Have it dropped off at your porch. You can also buy online at drinkcintron.com. Proud partners. If you're going down to the Red Wings game tonight, you can get it at Little Caesars Arena. You can try the cranberry, the classic, or the cranberry, the classic, or the sugar-free. It's all there for you. Drink it. Live it with Cintron.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th. From the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party, well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Market, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Neal Rhul here for Custom Health Centers. Our own Ryan Ermanni has started his voyage with Custom Health Centers. He's down 15 pounds. You can get it going as well. Look, weight affects your health, everybody. That's not news. That's science. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of it. Custom Health Centers. They've had over 20,000 success stories. You can be the next one. They've helped former professional athletes lose weight as well. They've improved their health. Former Pro Bowl MVP Lions kicker Eddie Murray, NBA champion, Detroit Pistons bad boy Rick Mahorn. Mahorn's down over 50 pounds. He looks great. You can start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health. 844-789-8446. Again, 844-789-THIN. It's Custom Health Centers. On and pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got TFos here in the house. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Raxter. Happy to have you all with us. And you guys know I like to do this, right? Like, I like to get the lay of the land and see where the people are, TFos.
Of course.
And I want to see where the people are with the Lions. And we had our financial show with the Lions. We'll run it back, I think, too, like as the draft approaches, when free agency starts, all of that. We'll reset that and take another look at it. I'm curious to know where the people want to see the Lions go in free agency. Like, is there a specific positional group, a specific player, a specific position? How do you want to see free agency go as Lions fans, TFos?
For free agency, and we're not talking the draft, I would like to see cornerback. Because these are guys who have already been in the league. They're not going to get burned for 80 yards in their first play. It's not the most important position on the team, but it's one where I have concerns with the Lions about. I don't want to see them get burned right from the beginning of the season, because the one thing that is very important for the Lions this year, they can't start 1-3. They can't start 0-4. They got to get their crap together from the get-go.
And you do bring up a good point, TFos, because
I brought up a good point.
You did, because in the betting world. By the way, remind me, I have a get right for the people tonight. You know I pick my spots.
Okay.
I have a get right for the people. Here's the deal, TFos. And I know we're new to this, as I talk about. We're new to this here, so it's going to take us a minute to adjust. You are absolutely right about the start of the season. It is not a luxury to start well. It's a requirement. They are the betting favorite to win the division. You want to host playoff games and win a division, you got to win to start. There is no, well, it's just a bad start. Nope. There's only 17 games, ma'am. That's it. That's all. But I am curious to see. So you say cornerback. Spemo, what do you want to see? I know this is your lane here.
I want Tremaine Edmonds so effing bad. Like, I think he is the best linebacker in this free agent class. That can be argued. Like, Levante David's up there, but he's also up there in age. Trey Edmonds is young. He's the best coverage linebacker that's out there. His rookie year at middle linebacker, he had 12 pass breakups and I think 3 interceptions. Like, the guy's a stud. He's only going to get better. He's never had a season under 100 tackles in his career. He made 2 Pro Bowl appearances early in his career as a middle linebacker. So I want Tremaine Edmonds really bad. I think he's a guy you can lock up. Like, if you go after a guy like Levante David, that's somebody you'd sign for like 1-2 years. But you could lock up Tremaine Edmonds for 5 years. He'd be a cornerstone to your defense, and he'd be there for a while. So that's who I want.
Sam Flannel?
Yeah, there's a few different positions. I like the linebacker angle. I like the corner, maybe a defensive tackle or a tight end. I mean, I think those are all positions that maybe they can target. I like linebacker. I mean, I like the Tremaine Edmonds thing. Maybe David Long from Tennessee is another one that I like. Maybe a Jamel Dean or James Bradbury as a corner, a Deron Payne as a defensive tackle, and maybe like an Evan Ingram type as a tight end. I know that I mentioned a lot of names, but I would be happy if they got maybe one of those and addressed the rest of the draft. They've got some needs, and there's some available free agents that I think that the Lions can get, especially if they cut some guys like Romeo Okwara and Michael Brockers and maybe even a Charles Harris. I think that's doable for the Lions, but they need more players so that they avoid that terrible start like TFos said.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. There's some Levante David love from Pistons Fan 11. There's some Levante David hate from Brandon Katz. And look, Levante David is 33. I understand that, but here's the rub. in that scenario. Like Spot Rack has him as, about a $9.5 to $10 million guy, but the market is a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's going to a contender.
Yeah, I mean, but aren't the Lions that? A betting favorite to win the division?
Yeah.
Host a playoff game? Aren't they that?
I still don't think they're a Super Bowl contender. They're a playoff contender, but not a Super Bowl contender.
Right, but now you're talking to what? 3 teams tops? Yeah. Who are the Super Bowl contenders?
I would say
Kansas City, who's going to be cash strapped, by the way. They got to figure out Chris Jones.
Cincinnati, and they're going to have money.
They will have money.
And they're losing Pratt, their linebacker, so I can see them going there.
Philadelphia, obviously, they're there.
Obviously, yeah, and San Francisco. They're losing El Zaire, so they might want another linebacker, but they got Greenlaw and Warner still.
I'm going to say something, running the risk of angering Neal, who gets a little emotional sometimes. The Dallas Cowboys, Super Bowl contenders in the next 3 to 4 years.
With Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I can see him seething over here. I did that deliberately to piss you off. No.
So do you actually believe it, or you just say it to piss off?
You don't believe that, do you?
He's just I'm just asking the question. I don't know anything. I'm just asking the question. I'm just coming to my old Uncle Neal over here.
No.
I didn't think
Stop.
so.
They haven't been for 20 years. What makes you think that's going to change?
Because we keep saying it's going to happen.
I know.
So.
I've been told. I was told that they're there. I was told Dak Prescott. They're going to commit to Dak Prescott long term. I was told.
You were told.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work out.
Dak Prescott might be a lion, man.
He might be.
Oh, God, no.
No, he's not. Anyway, no, Alicia, props to you, says Rain Prescott.
Dakota Rain.
Dakota Rain Prescott.
Dakota Rain sounds like a country album.
Or a stripper. The clouds are starting to form outside. Up next on the stage, it's Dakota Rain.
Yeah, but you know what? My man doing
$3 Jaeger bombs for the next 2 songs.
No, he's more like my one-legged stripper for Pontiac.
She's not named Dakota. No, I'm not buying that. That was a funny joke, TFos. I understand you try to bring some moments of levity to the show and everything like that.
I'm just trying to twinkle your little midsection.
We missed you, Terry.
We do, man. We're glad to have you back. DMAP Zoom, that look on Neal's face says it all. He and Rad says TFos just poking the bear.
That's what I do.
Dakota Rain.
That was a good one.
Coming up next. But anyway, here's my deal with the free agency. You want to know what I want to see him do, Terry? You're going to hate this.
I can't wait. No, I'm not.
No, you are going to hate this.
Okay, let's see.
Because you hate money. And Spenmo, I don't have a position because the needs are pretty much set out there. You know what I want? I want the best value.
Okay.
I want I let the market dictate. I do this like I do fantasy football drafts.
Yeah.
I let the market dictate to me who I'm going to take.
You know what you sound like?
What?
My grandmother. Oh, let me get some sensible shoes.
Yeah.
And a girdle. We're going to go shopping. That's what we're going to buy today.
So you just want Anzalone again?
I'm bringing him back. Right. I am. I know you guys hate that.
I don't hate it.
125 tackles, right?
Yeah. Yes.
For $2 million? Is that good value?
It's pretty good value.
Okay.
He's gonna be more than $2 million if he comes back.
$3 million. Is 125 tackles good value for $3 million?
It is. I don't hate it.
He satisfies Terry's requirement of a white guy with long blonde hair. You have to have one.
That's true.
All the great teams have at least one.
Right. Then the Lions would have 2. Is that too many?
I don't know. You tell me. This is your chart.
No, I could have 2 white guys with long blonde hair.
Yeah.
That'll work.
I just think Tremaine Edmonds is a better, younger, more athletic, much, much better version of Anzalone.
Okay, well, all right. Let me do this. And I know that we talked about it before. Tremaine Edmonds, market value, $11 million per. They're talking 4 at 45.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
You do that in a heartbeat?
Heartbeat.
Okay.
I think that's great value. I think he's probably going to get more than that.
Yeah, Neal, you're going to have to spend some money at some point.
If you can get him for $11 million, you do that in a heart. I think he's going to be closer to 15.
I would pay that. This is
Yeah.
This is Spot Track here, so that's their they They use all their comps, and the computer spits out the number. So, they can't account for, market hotness, competing bids, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They can't account for the human emotion part of it, which is where, I try to eliminate stuff from too.
Okay.
I will pay for quality. I told you that.
You did.
He is 25.
He is.
Okay.
He's PFF's best graded linebacker in coverage.
Which certainly is something that this squad could use.
The Lions haven't
given the
had a good
cornerback.
coverage linebacker in 20 years.
Now, I don't even remember. Who is the last one?
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either.
Yeah.
Even going back to when they were good, like Chris Spielman wasn't a cut. He tipped a pass once on Monday Night Football. That's about all I remember.
Chris Spielman couldn't cover.
Yeah, he couldn't cover anybody.
They've been getting torn up by tight ends my whole life.
Yeah. So that is wild to me. For me it is though. It's just that. I want Brad Holmes to cook, and I want as much cap space, as much draft capital, and as much cap space as possible. If a value presents itself, that is the way that I go. I don't go in there with an idea of I want a cornerback or I want a defensive tackle in free agency. Let me see how the board plays out.
Then why did you ask us what position we wanted?
Because I wanted to show you that I'm smarter than everybody else. That's why. Is that what you wanted? Is that the answer you wanted to know? Because I'm curious. I want to see.
You know what? It's been a long time since Mr. Snoot has been around. You've been a regular guy for the last few weeks. Now here comes Mr. Snoot. I'm smarter than the rest of you guys.
People are saying DeAndre Levy. I wouldn't say he was great in coverage. He had one good year where he had a lot of interceptions, but that was a lot of route jumping. It wasn't like down the field coverage. He would be the best though. He would be the best that we've had in a long time in coverage for sure.
And it is crucial because you want to know why I think it's crucial. And again, I don't proclaim to be a football savant or a football coach or anything like that. You know why I want a linebacker that can cover? Does anyone remember the wheel route being more widely used than it is now?
Yeah.
That running back that just peels out and goes down and it's a speed matchup.
Spider 3 wide banana.
Like it seems like it's run multiple times a game, and it works multiple times a game.
Oh yeah.
And it is because this is now. I know Trent Dilfer wouldn't think so because quarterbacks can't quote throw guys open because they're not as good as they used to be, according to Trent Dilfer. But regardless of that, TFos, it is still a matchup game. You want your speed against less than speed, and you'll try that every single time.
Bam. That's what you do.
That's exactly what you do. Just like if it's lunchtime, you know what you do?
You go to Cousins Bay Lobster.
Last Friday, you know what we did, Spenmo? You were busy fighting for your freedom. We were busy crushing Cousins Maine Lobster, but we were praying for you.
I appreciate that. Kind of missed out, but it's all right because they'll be back. Because Woodward Sports is brought to you by Cousins Maine Lobster Detroit. Check out their food trucks rolling around the city, offering the tastiest lobster rolls, lobster tacos, and Terry and my favorite lobster grilled cheese. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com and search locations to find Detroit's schedule or download the app and order ahead to earn points. You can even scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. Make sure you check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
It's a new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology it's proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So if you want all of these great perks, call them at 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out.
How many days of flannel protection?
208.
208 days. And it's all thanks to Guardian Alarm. So make sure you call them at 1-800
Stay out. Stay out of the end zone this Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, that's a big ask, but Guardian Alarm can have it covered. So make sure you call them and tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Rhul, Terry Foster here in the house. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, also happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tap into that. We are here. We are doing it. Just cleaning up a couple of the comments on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Brandon Katz says Philly got Bradbury for $7 million, but he will get much more money than that next year. Yes, he will. Spot Track saying his market value is about $17 million per right now, looking at about 3 years, $52-ish million for the soon-to-be 30-year-old cornerback. You want to get that cornerback in free agency, TFos.
I didn't say that one.
You gotta pony up, man. Like
yeah,
that.
The thing that scares me about free agency in the National Football League is you'll like this. You have to pay too much for a player, and you're paying him for what he used to do, not what he's gonna do for you. But the fans are all excited. Oh yeah, we brought this guy in, and boy, we're gonna kick ass right now. And then he's injured all the time, gains 50 pounds, loses 8 steps on his 40, but you got to pay the brother.
You do. I mean, that's just the price to pay. So
shout out to Damian Woody.
Damian Woody, the biggest disaster.
Terry is personally scorned from Damian Woody.
Yeah, the biggest free agent disaster of all time.
But he's on ESPN doing a good job.
Is he?
I like him.
I think he does.
You don't like Damian Woody?
Yeah.
Take him or leave him.
I like him.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread 9 drinks. Neal, are you a young 38? No, I am not. Hey, I told you I was going to fix the Pistons.
Okay, I can't wait for this.
Oh, God.
You guys are like spiking the Kool-Aid already. You are.
Right,
you're already pre-programming people how to think here.
Well,
no, that's because the Kool-Aid you're about to serve has boogers in it.
No. Now that I look at it, it's not that bad. But it's for the second option we're getting, not the first option.
Right.
That's the one I'm really happy
now
about.
And look, I have a friend of mine. Now, you guys know about my friend Terminal Dennis, the Terminal Lions fan. That looks like he might have his day coming up pretty soon. I got another buddy of mine, Patrick, who is a Pistons sycophant. Okay. Like, watches the games on delay. Like, if he's coaching his kids or if he's got to put his kids to bed or whatever, he'll like DVR the game, put his kids to bed, then walk back downstairs and start the game from the beginning. Now I'm talking about
even this year.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
every year.
That's gross.
Every year, every game, and I feel bad sometimes.
You know what we call people like that? Sick.
Yeah, sycophant. He freely admits it. And what was one of the games they got cooked this year?
Against the Bucks.
The Bucks game.
Yeah.
The Bucks game. And I texted him.
Gave up 150 points.
And I said, hey, Patrick, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Find something else to do tonight. He's like, no, man, I watched the game. I was like, okay. I did my due diligence as a friend. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he's been on this for a while with me, and we text back and forth. And you know what? He's turned me on it. And I'll explain it. What did Joe Dumars do to build the 04 Pistons? Who did he get?
People nobody wanted.
Distressed assets. That's the modern way of saying people nobody wanted.
Yes.
Distressed assets. That's how we use that terminology.
That's true.
Okay, he did, and he was masterful at it.
Mm-hmm.
So here was his here was his proposed move forward. Now this was before Cam Thomas's back-to-back 40-point games.
Yeah.
That was before that.
That's fair.
He said he would move Bojan to the Nets. You got to give him Noel and Joseph to make the money work. For Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, and Deron Sharp as well. The money all checks out. It works in the ESPN trade machine. And now, generally, I hate the ESPN. In this line of work, TFos, I'm sure you for a long time, I hate the, quote, trade machines. Okay? Generally, I do.
Right, but you got your own trade machine.
I do.
And it probably conflicts ESPN's.
Right. So anyway, I say yes to this, and I love it, because here's the way forward for the Pistons. And you can't tell me my play is to hope we get the number 1 pick in the draft. We hope a 14% lotto hits. That's not the way it's going to work. What's your biggest complaint? And people pleaser, why do you want Ben Simmons? What's the biggest problem with this Pistons team?
Defense.
Right?
They don't defend.
They have 3, and we're going to talk about this in the next segment. They have 3 players that are in the very bottom of the NBA defensively from a metrics position. And I see you guys coming with it right now. Pistons fan 11, never Ben Simmons, man. He doesn't care about basketball. Real cream of wheat. I don't hate the trade, but I don't really like Ben Simmons. Guys, we got to get in reality about this. He is a distressed asset right now. That provide the one thing he does provide, Terry, is the one thing that this team desperately needs. Desperately.
What, sitting on the bench in his street clothes? Pistons don't need that.
He's a distressed asset, Terry. That's what it is. This is my path forward. Okay, you guys all hate it? All of you. Everybody hates it? And I knew you would. I'll draw the sword. What's your solution? Oh, I hope we get Wemby. I hope that 14% lottery ball bounces our way for the second time in 3 years. That's my plan. I'm giving you a realistic path forward. Ben Simmons' trade value right now will never be lower than it is. 2 years left on the deal.
It actually will be lower when he comes to Detroit and really screws things up here.
2
That'll
years,
be the lowest point.
$77 million. You got the cap space, right?
You do.
We've been hoarding all this cap space forever. He provides something that we don't have.
But for Ben Simmons now, it's like when he was at his best defensively is when he's playing point guard, because he's so big and he's so athletic and he's so fast that he could guard point guards, he could guard shooting guards, and he could rip them up and bully them. But now he can't play point guard because he doesn't shoot the ball. So they have him playing power forward, and he's an average defender at power forward.
Right, but he does provide some versatility. He
does.
As you talked about.
He's just
Spenny, what's your plan?
He's Killian plus a foot.
Let's cut the shit then. Let's cut the shit. What's the plan, Spenny? How are we fixing this, man?
I don't know, man.
Thank you for that dynamite analysis.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to sign somebody in free agency, obviously.
Who?
People out there.
And people are saying, you're assuming Ben Simmons would want to play here.
It doesn't matter if he wants to play here or not. He's going to want to play somewhere. Nobody wants him. So that's I don't hate that part of it, but I hate the fact of having 2 Killian Hayes on one team. I'll tell you that. And Ben Simmons is just Killian Hayes plus a foot.
You know what he looks like to me? He looks like a dude that does not want to play.
He does not.
I got paid. I'm getting paid. I don't need to show anything else. So you can trade me, and then they'll be miserable too.
Sam Flannel. Rad says, could you imagine this starting 5? Cade, Ivy, Simmons, Wemby, and Duren. I like it. Cade and Simmons can now cover 1 through 4. See, Rad, you're on my wavelength right now. You are. See, the versatility of defenders. That's why I like Cade Cunningham so much. And he's a guy that scores, will score 20 a game as well, but can check 1 through 3. And Sam Flannel, you said it yourself. At one point with Ben Simmons, and I know this isn't a way back machine.
Yeah.
At one point, ...
Yeah, at one point. I know that point isn't now, but his first season, his first actual season, he was Rookie of the Year. The next 3 seasons, he was an all-star. He was an up-and-coming star point guard in this league. And then, of course, the last year, he had an injury and some mental health issues, sat out the whole season. And this year in Brooklyn, he's basically been a non-factor. He's missed a ton of games. My thing with Ben Simmons is, yeah, he offers some things defensively. He was, at one time, one of the better defenders in the NBA. But right now, I don't usually look a lot into this, the whole, do you want to play, do you want it enough? But He set out the whole season last year, and this year he just doesn't look like he's.
Why are you knocking mental health struggles?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I'm not knocking mental health struggles. I'm just saying that he hasn't been lucid in an NBA game in 2 seasons, and he can't shoot. It's not just that he can't shoot; he won't shoot. He never developed a shot. So don't get me wrong, Ben Simmons, he has some value. He was at one time an up and coming great player. You're acting like that would just magically fix everything. You've said more nice things about Ben Simmons on this show than you ever have about Anthony Davis. And principally, I can't let that stand. That's bull jive.
Bull jive.
The actual data Ben Simmons. He never plays.
Ben Simmons.
Bull jive.
Ben Simmons plays more games per season.
He missed 2 full seasons. His first actual season, which he missed, and then last year. That's not true, Neal.
Hey, the holdout worked, right? Did he get the contract?
He did.
But you're going to have to pay.
That's the thing. Why did the Pistons want to be settled with that?
No, but it's not settled. It's more than half over already.
No,
guys, look, and like somebody's saying too, he does not compare to any of the 04 Pistons. Chauncey Billups, TFos. For those that don't remember, Chauncey Billups was a cast-off everywhere he was.
But guess what? Chauncey Billups, even when he was a cast-off, showed up and played.
And he shot the ball.
Right, he shot the ball. Wasn't what Larry Brown wanted, so he changed him. But he at least showed up and played. Ben Simmons is a dude that doesn't want to play. Now, if he goes on strike in Philadelphia and goes on strike in Brooklyn, 2 teams that had title aspirations, why is he going to come to a Bojangles franchise like the Pistons and ball out?
Because his back was hurt.
It's not happening, bro.
Hey, I'm trying to give you a way forward here, and I'm doing it in the mold of how the Pistons won before. Because this fantasy about, well, I just hope honest to God, I think that's what everybody's thinking. We're literally just sitting here waiting for the NBA draft lottery. But guess what, guys? You won it 2 years ago. You ain't winning it again.
Well, and just for the record, I would take that trade that was offered if we could get Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas, who has exploded for 2 of the most random 40-point games ever and is shooting 43% from 3. I would take both of them. I just think you're putting way too much value on a Ben Simmons, who is not anywhere near what he used to be. I don't think he has that in him anymore.
So you don't understand so everybody wants prime Kobe. Right, so we're going to trade Killian for prime Kobe. So basically, we're going back to the Lindsey Hunter and Terry Mills for Shaq days, right? That's what we're going towards.
Lindsey Hunter and Terry Mills for David Robinson in his prime.
Okay, that's what it was. I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to be fluid here and deal in reality. Right, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out a way forward.
I also said that I like the trade at the beginning, but I don't want prime Kobe. I want not 10% of Ben Simmons, because that's what he is right now. He's washed up in his mid-20s. And I liked Ben Simmons when he came out, but that's just reality right now. Could he help the Pistons a little bit? It's only because they're so bad to begin with. There's only one way to go is up. That's why I don't completely hate it. They might as well do something, but I just think you're overvaluing Ben Simmons. That's all.
Okay, well,
and sometimes it's just better to shut up and take your medicine. You have to remember, the Pistons have had mutinies. The Pistons have had a coach choke a general manager. Pistons have all kinds of turmoil. You don't want to go back to that.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out a way. Everybody else just wants to sit around and wait for ping pong balls, Terry. I'm trying to figure out a way. Chili Peppers Tanning's where you find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can get the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and the official beauty lotion of Spencer, Raxter, the Swedish beauty lotion.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. There's 27 locations and more on the way. Go to the website. Find out which one works best for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest hands. They are your vitamin D headquarters. Ain't a lot of vitamin D out there today, guys, so swing by Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Yay, yay.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet. DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Neal Rhul here for Big Boy. Wintertime's always better in Detroit with the comfort foods available at Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf, Spenmo.
Give me the loaf.
Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes. They're back. They're right above my head right there. They slap, as the kids say. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster as well. Stop by your local Big Boy today. And now it's time for the Monroe Street Midway Minute. It's still on and popping. TFos is still down there. Drinking old fashions, right, T?
Or do it neat sometimes.
All there for you down in the Monroe Street Midway,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You've done it both. You've done it from both angles, I guess you could say. Hanging out in the toasty tents.
Toasty tent.
Right. But if you do want to get outside and do some stuff in winter, the Monroe Street Midway is the play. They got the stuff for the kids, as we always talk about, the bumper cars, the Arctic Slide, the putt putt, the Midway Arcade. If food's your thing, they got you covered there. Homemade chili, pierogies. Spenmo would kill about 100 of those if he wanted to.
Thanks.
Mac and cheese bites. There's gluten-free vegan options as well for a little bit lighter fare. If you're more dietary conscious, they have you covered. And as I always like to wrap this up by saying, it's a real winter festival outside like a real city. We always say we want this stuff, right? Well, then go on down there. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more information. Hell, you may bump into Terry Foster down there.
I usually hang out at the back of the tent.
There it is. That's where Terry Foster is. Sam Flann will be down there with his in-laws, I'm sure. You can be down there, too. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more info. Keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Here with you guys today. You guys are all in there as well on the woodwardsports.com chat thread. And you know, we're just sitting here chopping it up, and I gave you a path. I'm going to try something. I'm not just going to sit around and hope for a ping pong ball to drop my way, and then when it doesn't, complain about it, even though the Pistons won the draft lottery 2 years ago. But T-Foss, you told me they're supposed to win every year, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Somebody said that the Pistons get screwed in the draft lottery, the ping pongs every year. They won it.
Right.
Kay Cunningham.
So, you know, that is pretty good. Someone else asked, where do the Pistons sit as far as three-point shooting percentage? They are 17th, 0.1% behind the Milwaukee Bucks, and 0.1% in front of the New Orleans Pelicans. The Denver Nuggets lead the league. They are 39.6% as a team. So that is that. Golden State's 5th. I know everyone's going to ask Golden State. They're 5th. So, you know, that's where I am with it. We also have some stuff, woodwardsports.com chat thread. GW the Kid. Anthony Davis has played 630 games in 11 years. Ben Simmons has 364 games played in 5 years. So
what does that lead to? I want to hear per game. But the thing about Ben Simmons is he missed his entire what was supposed to be his rookie year. You have to factor that in. That's why when he actually won Rookie of the Year, it was that's kind of the running joke. Oh, Ben Simmons' 6th rookie season. So that's not exactly accurate. The Anthony Davis slander and the Ben Simmons love, I can't let it stand.
I'm the only Ben Simmons love around here. I wouldn't even call it love. Again, I'm going the distressed asset route. The same way you got Chauncey Billups, the same way you got Rip Hamilton. They didn't want Ben Wallace. That's a newsflash too.
Nor should they have.
They didn't.
I mean, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me clarify. He obviously was a good signing. He was good for the Pistons, but he was nothing before the Pistons.
Terry,
and nothing
they didn't want
afterwards.
Ben Wallace in the original trade.
They did not want Ben Wallace, and that's I'm afraid to say that because then Flannels, that could get him all riled up about why Ben Wallace shouldn't have his number retired or be in the Hall of Fame and stuff. I don't want to add fuel to his fire, but that is correct.
Yes. Rasheed Wallace, a distressed asset at the time. People didn't want Rasheed Wallace either. So remember? Too many technicals.
I wanted Rasheed Wallace.
Well, he was stuck in Portland. We didn't understand what he was all about. Now, even when he got too many technicals, suppose he was a very good teammate in Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that he came here and was a good teammate, too. The only thing that we hold against Rasheed Wallace here is leaving Robert Horry for that shot.
I cried on that day.
Right. Dude, why did you do that? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
That's his blemish, and maybe he took too many three-point shots, but that's what he was, stretch four.
Right. Jacob Tanner, Neal is a genius on this, actually. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. It's of that ilk, though, guys. Like, you're not getting David Robinson for Lindsey Hunter and Terry Mills. It's not happening. You can't just go get Giannis. It's not happening. So, you're not getting Kevin Durant. See, here's the other thing, too, right? And I hear shows talk about this, and that's why I don't like the trading machine stuff, and that's why I don't go down this road. How can the Pistons get Kevin Durant? They can't. There's nothing they could offer Brooklyn that would land them Kevin Durant. Nothing.
You know what else was said back in the day? What can the Pistons do to get LeBron James? Nothing.
No, like it can't happen. So you got to figure out a different way. That's just the way that it is, guys. So it was something that I said. Pete Smith says that game was when my wife, then girlfriend, saw me lose my mind in Game 5 and break the remote.
Yeah, I cried. I was at my friend Robert's house and I started crying.
A young Spenmo.
Yeah, broke my heart.
Unconsolable.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It's my favorite player making the dumbest mistake I've ever seen in a basketball game.
Alan Lee says the Pistons are past their distressed asset era in this rebuild. Jeremy Grant, Josh Jackson. Jeremy Grant. And Jeremy Grant, I don't think he was a, quote, distressed athlete. I wouldn't mind kicking the tires on that and seeing what it would look like, Spenmo.
He's a free agent. That's a guy you can
He can
sign.
defend.
He can defend. He can stretch the floor. He can play 4 or 3. He can guard 1 through 4. I would like that very much.
Yeah.
So my problem with Jeremy Grant, when he was here, he looked like a guy playing for his next contract. It wasn't necessarily to make the Pistons better.
And Greg Shando must have been listening on Heavyweights, or have I said it on here? If they land the number 2 pick, I immediately call Minnesota. Say, I will give you everything. I will give you my soul. I will give you 7 first-round picks. Give me Anthony Edwards. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to start personally buying Popeye's gift cards and sending them to Anthony Edwards. So
stacking them now?
Yeah, just so Karl Anthony Towns gets more upset with him.
Yeah. GW Kid, LOL, Neal, you can preach to the congregation, but you can't make it click. That's all I can do is show people the way, TFos.
We're hard-headed. And I apologize for that. But I don't want to see any more mutinies. And Ben Simmons had his day, but Ben Simmons may not be interested in having other days. But I will ask you this critical question.
Yes.
If he's mutiny in Philadelphia and Brooklyn, who are quote-unquote title contenders.
Is he mutiny in Brooklyn, though? Is he mutiny?
Yeah.
How? He's playing.
Barely.
He's playing.
Barely. He's not making an impact. He's just there. He's still not interested in shooting. He's still, something's wrong with him. He's not balling out like he can, like he should.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What was the question?
He's not balling out like he can and like he should. He's just a dude. Ben Simmons is not just a dude. He is a extreme premier player, but he's playing like I'm just another guy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Gromit0237, bring back Grant so Adam's head explodes. Gromit, I support that, actually. I think we all support that.
Who said
is
Grant
this Adam's
was a
head
5? Grant
exploding?
is not a 5.
We support bringing anybody back to Detroit is going to make Adams' head explode.
Absolutely. I think we, as a network, we stand in solidarity.
I think Brandon
Just
Katz's
don't wear a
head
white
is
shirt that
exploding.
day.
What's that?
I think Brandon Katz's head is exploding.
Why is that?
Grant is a 5 in the NBA today. He doesn't fit with Duren. Grant would only make sense in Detroit playing the 5. They wouldn't do that with Duren. What?
I play him at the 3.
Yeah, what? Or the 4. Like, not 5. When are they coming?
I'll tell you what. If we could get Portland Trailblazers version Jeremy Grant back, I would take him in a heartbeat. I really like Trailblazers Grant. I just didn't like Pistons Grant. But hey, he's having the best season of his career. Credit to him. I didn't think it was possible, but I don't hate it. Don't necessarily hate it. Never thought I'd say that.
But you know what, fellas? You play differently when you're playing for something.
That's true.
When you come here, you're not playing for anything. So he'll come here, Jeremy, and his game will regress because he's not playing for anything every night. There is no apple at the end of this pathway right now.
He's shooting it at a little bit higher clip, a little bit less attempts. But when you have a Dame Lillard, you know what I'm saying?
That's what happens.
That's what happens. And I know Lillard missed some time and stuff like that, but that's the key that unlocks it. And going back to the people's question about the three-point shooting, that's where you need that. That is exactly where you need that. Like if you're in the insurance world, you need Swiss insurance.
Yeah, Swiss Insurance, because they have an effective date of 1/1. They insure pretty much everything that you could possibly want. Call them and make sure they get all of your insurance needs covered. Email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here, doing work. And we're happy to have you guys with us to woodwardsports.com chat thread. We are doing it. And, we talked a little Pistons. I'm trying to carve out a pathway. You guys only want to trade for Giannis. And you want them to take Killian and next year's first-round pick for Giannis.
That's too much.
That's what they can choose which one.
Right. One or the other. They can't have both.
Yeah. Do you think that they could? Could you even make a trade for Kevin Durant, Spenmo? I value your NBA knowledge. You're probably low-key one of the most knowledgeable NBA guys. They couldn't even offer a package Brooklyn would take, would they?
Probably not. No.
That's the reality.
They turned down the Chris Paul package unless they include like 5 first-round picks. No.
Which I'm not doing.
And I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah. So he's off the table. And it's one of those things, man. Alex Merrill says Bojan for Giannis.
There you go.
I don't know. Bojan's shooting at almost a 40% clip from 3, 50% catch and shoot. I don't know. It's valued in today's
Pistons
game.
Could probably get Chris Middleton back.
Yeah.
For him. Chris Middleton and Giannis.
And Giannis?
Yeah. It's fair.
I don't know. Would Middleton want to play here, though? 2-4-8.
Yeah, they already crapped on him once.
Yeah, they did. I do want to continue the NBA discussion, and it could happen tonight. LeBron James playing at home against Oklahoma City. 35 points, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, so needs 36 to break the all-time NBA scoring record. So, you know, we touched on this before, but it's real. It's going to happen either this game or the next game. You gonna tap in TFos tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. You know, he probably, I was gonna say he probably won't get it because 36 is a lot, but he's going after Kareem's record. It's at home. He'll probably show out. He might get it tonight. I'll watch just to see. Yeah, no question.
Yeah, I mean, I will too. I assume you guys are gonna watch this, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be hard though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like 12:30.
I'm not saying I'll stay up for the whole game. I'll fall asleep at some point. But
he's 36 away though. Like it's gonna happen in the fourth quarter at the earliest.
And I'll be up by then.
You'll be back up?
I fall asleep in the second, third quarter, wake back up late third quarter and check it out. I'll catch the record.
I don't know that he's going to do it tonight, though, because you got the Bucks coming into town Thursday night, TNT. You want to juice that TV contract again with TNT?
And guess who Lou Alcindor, back when he was Lou Alcindor, who he was drafted by and won a championship with the Bucks. That would be pretty sort of symbolic. But at the same time, LeBron James, he can put up 36 points easily, even at his 20th season or year third when he's 38 years old. So it wouldn't shock me at all.
Neal brings up a good point. He probably won't hit it tonight. What'll happen, he'll get 34 points. It'll be 5 minutes left in the game. NBA will shut off all the lights. They can't finish the game. Now, we're doing this on TNT.
Yeah, I buy into that. Chuck Brewer says Corey Joseph for Giannis. I don't know that I would do that. Corey's a veteran presence.
Mm-hmm. A little bit smarter player.
Yeah. Beat Oakland in the NCAA tournament in 2011, too, on a BS call.
If you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That holds value, you know. Jeb Large, we don't have enough assets to trade for Kevin Durant, and I agree with you. What about this point, though? Because I don't feel, and look, we know why. We know the ancillary reasons. We know the primary reasons. I just don't feel like this is getting the juice it deserves, like this whole LeBron thing. And Pete Smith says this. This isn't a record that gets hot potatoed around. This is significant. And it is. And in today's day and age of load management, you know, who knows if you'll see it to this level. Terry, why? I even feel like the WoodwardSports.com chat thread is kind of blasé about this.
People don't like LeBron James. When he pulled the whole not one, not two, not three, they turned on him. Even though he went back to Cleveland, won a championship there, they always said, well, he's going to end up in L.A., which he did, and people turned on him. People like superstars to be in one city, not be eyeing, trying to get out of here. And so that's what LeBron. And quiet as is kept, he's a flopper, and that's good. He's a whiner. I mean, did you see him the other day when he got tapped on his hand and was just bitching and moaning and jumping up like somebody shot him? That's a turnoff. You want your superstars to be a man. Yeah, I got fouled. So what? I should have got the call. I didn't. Your mama. That's not what LeBron does. Man. He's like, oh my God, oh look at me, I got. And this dude gets more calls than anybody in the NBA.
He would have had 2 free throws with no time on the clock to win the game at Boston, and a win that the Los Angeles Lakers desperately needed. I get it that the histrionics were a little bit much, but LeBron James had every right to be upset. He's LeBron freaking James, and Jason Tatum smacked him on the hand and he didn't get the call.
Okay, yeah, he could complain, but do you have to act like a little bitch?
I get that.
Do you have to jump up and down like a damn fool?
But Terry, you understand this too. Michael Jordan, this idea that he never whined, that Kobe never whined, that Larry Bird never whined.
Nobody ever said that. They
a lot of people.
But they didn't do jumping up and down like a damn fool.
No, I get
it. Like on the pogo stick.
But that's what people say, right? We've all heard it, that like Michael Jordan never whined, Kobe never whined, LeBron James is just
they never saw him play. I have to realize that I am in a new era with people who are talking about people they never saw play. Michael used to bitch about, and you know who was the king of bitching about stuff? Phil Jackson. What Phil Jackson did, and it was smart, and people hated it, he would bitch between playoff games.
Yeah, in the media
because
sessions.
Because he knew he was going to get that call the next game. Michael would throw little tidbits out there. Yeah, man, I didn't get the calls, or this happened and everything. But he did it, I'm not going to say a dignified way, but he wasn't like a spoiled child. There's different ways to complain.
Phil Jackson's overrated.
It's got 11.
That'll be a good
with
summer topic.
Jordan, Kobe, come on. Greg Popovich is a much better coach than Phil Jackson.
That's arguable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Phil Jackson, he was.
Yes.
Phil Jackson was blessed with rosters.
Mm-hmm.
He had Kobe. He had Michael Jordan. And you know what? You know who should have had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen? Doug Collins. But he was such a goofball out there. He would just bitch about everything. He was too emotional. He pissed off his players. Doug Collins should have been Phil Jackson, because Doug Collins got first crack at Jordan and Pippen and Horace Grant and all those dudes, and he blew it.
And I was just about to say what Chuck Brewer put in the chat. You know what Phil Jackson is accurately rated as? A GM, because he was dog shit as a GM.
he was grim.
But you know what he did? Phil Jackson said, here, I got a book for you to read. I will massage your temples. We will meditate together. And that's all he did.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Terrell FL says, it's not getting traction because at the end of the day, LeChoke is a bitch, and most normal humans recognize that. He's hella unlikable. But then Jeb Large says he's 38 and still drops 50 in a game.
He's been in his prime for 20 years.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get to. Is I understand that he's not likable. I choose to drill down a little further on that and take a look. You never see him acting the fool.
Except when he gets fouled.
Except when he gets fouled on the court, but whatever. The histrionics that go on with that. He's never acting the fool. He leaves the community better than he found it. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, that is fair to say. Kind of does it the right, taking care of his body, has never cheated the game. That man has never cheated the game other than flopping around on the floor or whatever. But just what he's done with his body to stay in the shape that he has. And think of the mileage, too, where look at all the Olympics he played, right?
Yep.
All the Olympic games he played. The overseas exhibitions, all that kind of stuff, man. Like, he is everything that we say we want, right?
Right. What he's doing is impossible.
Exactly.
It's really impossible because I've never played 20 years in the NBA, but that's got to be a toll on your body. And it's not just playing, but sometimes, the back-to-backs, they accumulate. 3 and 4, 3 games and 4 nights, they accumulate. The travel, and sometimes when you're in the NBA, you don't even know what city you're in. You just kind of wake up and blindly go to an arena and play.
Mark Walston says, Jordan never sat courtside with a glass of red wine when not playing. LeBron has. All that needs to be said. This generation of players is soft and spoiled. See,
that's unfair.
Why does that matter?
Smoking a cigar in the locker room and gambling his check away. The fuck is the difference? That is so annoying.
And it's documented. He told the story.
Yeah.
Going to play golf on game days.
Yeah.
Drinking a 12-pack of beer. He did the same thing, guys.
Not just that. He would go to, if they were in New York or Philly, he'd go to Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Gamble, play golf, drink, smoke cigars. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't get why he gets away with that. But LeBron doesn't.
People weren't walking around with 4K phones in their pockets at all times like they are now.
Here's another one, too. Eric Lynn says, him breaking the record, Kareem's record, isn't a big deal for me. When you play as long as he has, anyone can break the records. He's doing it in 150 games less than Kareem did it.
It's not playing for that long. It's being great for that
long.
Being
elite.
He has averaged more than 25 points per game. This is his 19th consecutive year of averaging more than 25 points per game. That is impossible. I think we've almost become a little bit desensitized to LeBron. He is going to finish his career with 40,000 points, 10 rebounds, and 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists. He's already number 4 all-time in assists. He's going to be number 1 in scoring. That's impossibly great. And remember when the standard was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his longevity? He was washed at this point in his career. LeBron James is still averaging 30.
Yeah.
He's
and
still top 10 player.
You know what else, too? People can save the call stuff, too. Like LeBron gets calls. Look at Kareem's shot in the finals against the Pistons.
Yeah.
Tell me about calls.
And like LeBron,
tell me about soft fouls. Please do it. Put the picture up there and tell me how Kareem didn't get calls the way LeBron does.
And LeBron gets calls because he drives to the lane more than anybody else.
And he's
in
a
the NBA.
freight train.
And he's 6'9", 250 pounds.
Here's the other thing that people don't understand. It's easier for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to play 20 years in the NBA than it is for LeBron James. Because Kareem, all he had to do, go set up under the basket, hit his sky hook, and go down and track down and play defense. LeBron James is bringing the ball up the floor. LeBron James is coming off picks. LeBron James
one of the most elite passers this game has
Right.
ever seen to, and nobody talks about that.
Right.
Yep.
The thing that surprises me about why LeBron is even in this position, he's not a scorer. He's a facilitator. That's his main thing. But, nobody can stop me, so I'm going to score too.
Eric Lynn also said, I don't like LeBron because so many people think he's better than MJ and Kobe. He is the softest superstar I have ever seen. And look, I know we got to get to the break, but here's the point. LeBron James gets penalized for winning. LeBron James gets penalized for rising up with one of the worst rosters to ever play in the NBA Finals, that early Cleveland Cavaliers team that got cooked by the Spurs. Jordan couldn't rise up and beat those great teams, couldn't beat the Celtics, couldn't beat the Pistons until later on. He gets rewarded for not winning. LeBron takes that team to the finals and loses. That had no shot of beating the Spurs.
Yeah.
No shot. And he gets penalized. Well, he didn't win all the time.
And
Jordan won every finals. LeBron lost finals because he scored 25 points in a row at the Palace against the Pistons. Was superhuman to do that. And he gets penalized for it. And Kobe, in the meantime, was like a minus 500 favorite against the Pistons in 2004 in the finals. And what happened? Tayshaun locked him up, and he sat there and pouted. That happened.
That did happen. Kobe Bryant had arguably the worst performance in the finals by an all-time great player.
We just glossed right over that all the time.
Here's the other thing. You know what he said about Tayshaun Prince? During the whole finals, I'm just measuring him up. I'm going to light his ass up. Never happened, but he kept saying that. And the other thing is I got the opportunity to go to Los Angeles before the series started. And I talked to Kobe Bryant and some other players. Kobe Bryant was so unfocused. He didn't even know who they were playing. And so I came back to Detroit and said, fellas, changing my mind. The Lakers are not going to win this series. If Kobe Bryant don't know what's happening, then this team is too unfocused to beat the Pistons, who are like razor sharp. We about to, show people who we are.
But doesn't that?
But it all started with Kobe and Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson didn't know what time it was either.
Hey, doesn't that fly in the face of this little thing called Mamba mentality? Shouldn't, if you have Mamba mentality, you should know who you're playing in the finals. And by the way, whoever said that, Eric Lynn or whatever, and I know we got to get to a break. LeBron is eons better than Kobe. It's not even close.
Thank you.
Not even close.
Thank you for that. Finally, somebody with some common sense. Like, let's get real around here. You want to get real?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I want to know people's definition of soft and how that applies to LeBron James.
You want to get real, you can work out at Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports and home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out for just $10 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card. You basically own Planet Fitness at that point. Access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses around the world with unlimited guest privileges. Want to join? Pull in the parking lot. You're going to pass a couple on the way home, or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. And I'm just asking the question. LeBron's going to set the all-time NBA scoring record. As Pete Smith said, this is not a record that's passed around. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar holds this record. It's big.
And he's held it forever.
And he has held it forever. It's big. It's a big event in sports, in the sports pantheon. It's a big event, Terry. It is. But the people don't care, and I think like their LeBron hatred is clouding them of this. Because you can't fake this.
Well, there's another reason people hate LeBron, and it's one of the reasons why I like him. He speaks his mind. If there's an issue, LeBron will speak out on it, whether you want to hear it or not. I forget something happened a few weeks ago, and LeBron chastised the media. How come you didn't ask me about this? So he wants to speak out. He's got a school to help children. He does things.
Pays for kids to go to college.
Michael Jordan, hey man, black folks are getting murdered up and down the street. Michael like, I don't care.
His line, I want Republicans and Democrats. They both buy shoes.
That's right. Republicans buy shoes too.
Yeah.
But and I got caught in a little bit of the mess with Michael Jordan and Craig Hodges. The Portland game series with the Bulls, we were on Michael Jordan's ass because something was going on. Dude, why don't you speak out? And he wouldn't do it. Craig Hodges, who was his teammate and was a shooter, I went up to interview him, and he told me this: I'm only going to talk about Michael Jordan not doing his responsibility in the community. That's all we can talk about. We can say hi and bye, what's up, all that stuff. But I'm not answering basketball questions. So ask him about Jordan. He just ripped Jordan. And you don't see teammates do that very often. Well, a few weeks later, Craig Hodges was gone, even though he could still shoot. And I think he became the head basketball coach at, is it Chicago State University? It's like
yeah,
it's like a school by Midway Airport.
Was it? Yeah. Didn't work out well. I know that because
right.
it never worked out well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. LeBron gets fouled more than anybody in the league, and it doesn't get called. And you could call a foul against LeBron. Again, 6'9", 270, man, yeah. of all chiseled and everything like that.
But you can't call every foul because do we pay to see LeBron shooting free throws? No. And plus you miss some of the calls because the game is so fast and physical, and you got 90-year-old referees out there who behind the play.
Brandon Katz says LeBron has struggled repeatedly in the fourth quarter when his team has needed him to score. Except that time, in the playoffs when he scored 25 points in a row against the Pistons. That
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But do you know why that happens? It's not just LeBron missing shots. LeBron, if there's a teammate open in the corner, the teammate open under the basket, LeBron more than any player in the NBA will make the right basketball play. Now, every other superstar is like, okay, I'm being quadruple teamed. There's 8 seconds left. I'm taking this shot anyway. And most of the time I'm going to miss it, but that's my job. I'm supposed to make some impossible, ridiculous shot. LeBron doesn't do that. He said, okay, you going to quadruple team me? Fine. I got a guy under the basket. That's why I'm going to pass. And he gets ripped for that too.
Eric Lynn says in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, no way LeBron is better than Kobe. So my question is, why does Kobe get away with getting cooked in the 2004 finals? Getting clamped by Tayshaun, basically just quitting. All the stuff we hate LeBron for, right? Did he basically quit? You were there covering it. Mm-hmm. Did he basically quit, Terry?
He did.
There you go,
man. Did not
man.
make the right basketball plays and was feuding with a teammate.
Right. So just save all that narrative, man. That's my point. And again, it's a big deal tonight. It's something that you don't see often that we may never see again in our lifetime. And, that's what it is. So, I'm critical of Kobe Bryant. He lost finals too, everybody, when he was a huge favorite. His finals loss was more damning to a legacy than any finals loss of LeBron.
Yeah,
go by the odds.
I mean, even 2011, which was obviously LeBron's biggest sort of stain on his legacy, and he wasn't good enough. But I think the thing is the way that it's covered. I feel like that Kobe disaster in the 2004 finals has been sort of swept under the rug. I kind of feel like sometimes it's looked at as the finals where they shut down Shaq instead of Kobe, and that kind of sort of bleeds into the Ben Wallace thing, but we're not going to talk about that.
Ben Wallace played good defense against Shaq, but Shaq didn't get the ball enough. Nope. Kobe looked at him and said, I'm jacking this shot up.
Well, Kobe,
you ain't getting it.
Kobe,
because he's feuding with him saying that the boy was fat.
Well, Kobe also understood, and we all understand this as sensible basketball fans, that in the three-peat, Kobe was lucky enough to get drafted to a team or traded undrafted to a team that had the best player in the world, at least during the three-peat, in Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was the engine of those teams. Shaq was the finals MVP. I think Kobe just wanted finals MVP so bad that he sabotaged his team in 2004. That happened, but nobody ever talks about it.
No, they don't, and I don't know why. And Brandon says LeBron folded in the fourth quarter against Dallas last 3 games of that series every game. Yeah, kind of like Kobe in the 2004 series against the Pistons. Pete Smith says 2004 finals makes me smile. And that's right.
Yep.
Tayshaun clamped him. Period. End of story.
Yep. It was he locked him up like Kobe was in jail.
In the league long enough, you're going to have moments or games or series where people can pinpoint and say, you sucked in this series. How about the other 15,
even
16
Jordan
that was in? Yeah, Jordan.
Even Jordan against the Pistons, when they got to a Game 7 and got cooked by 40 points or whatever that Game 7 score was, even then, where he said, I couldn't take the punishment. Happens to everybody. And LeBron gets penalized because he rose up and won one of those series.
LeBron should have won finals MVP in a series he lost. Right. Against the Warriors.
You're right. No, what he did was unbelievable. It's almost like when you have a big project, and you go with Alta.
If you got a big project, there's only one place you can go, and it's obviously Alta Engineering, because at Alta, uptime matters. If Alta has equipment, has everything you need to get the job done, you have a big project coming up, Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, coming down the stretch, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Hey, I told you guys real quick because we got a story time, Super Bowl edition of Story Time with Terry, that it's a dual segment. He called for it, so we're going to deliver real quickly, if I may, before I do this. I told you guys I had to get right tonight. And where were we at, Sam Flannel? We're 33-13, right?
Yes, I believe so.
33-13 all time in the get right. I stand by. I'm excited about this one. I really like this one a lot, and I'll give you the background to it. Prop bet, Michigan State, Maryland, tonight. A.J. Hoggart, over 5.5 assists. Here's why. Man gets a lot of assists. Hey, was in foul trouble his last home game. He will not be in foul trouble tonight because that's the way this stuff works. You are never in foul trouble at home back-to-back games. He will be out there. He will go over 5.5 assists. I really like this one a lot. Last I saw it was plus money, too. So think about it now. I stand by this one, guys. I tell you, I get the feeling, right? Right?
I like that one.
I get the feeling. I got the feeling. When I gave you Army,
yeah,
I'm getting that kind of vibes with it.
That's fair.
I am.
Yeah, that one was luck, though.
No, Army when they won the game, not the Army Navy over.
Oh, okay.
No, we broke it down. That over was always in play as long as that game was close.
But it was luck.
It was always in play, TFos.
I was sweating that one.
But we got home.
We got it.
Do it, Spenmo.
I got you.
I'm telling you, A.J. Hoggart over 5.5.
I like it.
Assists.
But will Jaden Akins be able to finish those dimes? Will Joey Hauser or Matty Sissoko be able to finish?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
It's a good question.
We'll see.
Absolutely. Book it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this used to be one of my favorite weeks of the year because I covered like 9 or 10 Super Bowls, and I didn't like covering the game, but I enjoyed the hell out of the week leading up to the game.
And I'll tell you, TFos, that is one of my... In my media career, I do want to get to the Super Bowl for the week. Is it as electric as it seems?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you got the connections.
Now tell me about your connections.
First of all, I used to get into the Super Bowl annual party. And imagine this, a room so big that you can have 4 live bands going and nobody on the other side of the hall can hear the band that's on the opposite side of the wall. They had... seafood buffet, Italian buffet, Mediterranean buffet, burgers and fries, drinks. Even have they probably, you know what? I don't know if there was Eagle Rare back then, but if they had it, it was there.
Okay.
So I would go there. That was a great thing. Now Tuesday was media day, and the media would bitch about media day. I actually liked it because they parade all the players out there, and they're at the podiums, and you can just go talk to them and ask them questions. The only thing I didn't like is the Disney Channel or something would have somebody dressed up as Pinocchio asking stupid questions, and the players would rather talk to Pinocchio than me. It's the only thing I didn't like. But on San Diego, I had a friend named Vanderbilt Wright. I think you know who he is.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, T, Wednesday we're going to have beers with a friend of mine at some bar. He said, why don't you come along? I think you guys get along and have a good time." I said, all right, cool. So we go to the Gaslight District in San Diego. We go to this bar, and we're hanging out and stuff. And his friend is not there. And maybe about 9:30, his friend comes in. It's Brett Favre. So
that's his friend.
That's his friend. So we're hanging out the bar, drinking beers, and Brett can put him down. But he was hilarious. And so while we were hanging out, drinking beers, getting drunk, and we may have done a couple of shots, but he said that it was the last night of the week he could go out. So when Thursday, Friday, Saturday is shut down. So I asked him the key question. I said, look, you guys in Green Bay must be salivating when you play the Detroit Lions because you kick their ass all the time and stuff. And he said, that's not true. He said, actually, with the Detroit Lions, this is before Brad Holmes and before Dan Campbell, he said, we respect the Lions from this standpoint. They have very good athletes. And we can tell the players are pissed off because they lose so much and they don't play for anything. He says the biggest problem is they don't have the proper leadership. But if you get the right coaches, if you get the right, I think the right front office, he said they'd be a motherfucker. That was his word. So, but until they get the proper leadership, we don't really worry about them. But he still respected them.
How many beers did Brett Favre drink that night?
I lost count after 6. So he had at least 6, probably 8, 10.
My kind of guy.
Because he was like, I'm hanging out tonight. And here's the other thing is at this bar, once Brett Favre showed up, then all these Packer fans showed up, and they couldn't get in the bar because it was crowded and stuff. So when you walk into the bar, you had to walk past Packer fans, and they thought I was a member of the Green Bay Packers. I don't know who they thought I was, but they call it, hey, Travis, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm not Travis. I don't even know who Travis is, but I was just walked by and stuff, and then I was accused of being a standoffish player for the Packers, but I didn't play for the Packers. but let me say this: whenever you get a bunch of Caucasians who root for a team, they see a brother walk in, he must play for that team.
He's automatically a player, right?
Right. I was somebody's running back. With my 5'9", 40 speed.
Did you? Well, they knew though, right?
Yep.
Come to find out, Terry Foster was not a player. He just crushed a lot. Like that.
That's right.
That's exactly what it was. But no, TFos. What was the what was the coolest Super Bowl? From not from a media or game. I'm talking about from the party perspective.
Party.
And here's why I base this off of, right? Because I haven't made my way to a Super Bowl other than when the Super Bowl was here. Mm-hmm. And I went to the party at the Detroit Science Center. To this day, was one of my favorite parties I've ever been to.
That's a fine party. It's not the best one.
Yeah, but it was fun that night, and it was wild to me that we were knocking them back too. I mean, we went in with reckless. We were getting real reckless, as we like to say. And it was wild to me that here's this place I used to go to on field trips as a kid, and now I'm in here. I was in the rum and coke game back then, and here I am just smashing rum and cokes and getting irregular. I guess that's the best way to say. And rapping with Edgerrin James and Willis McGahee and all those guys. A lot of the you guys were there at that party that night. And it was fun. And we were in downtown in Greektown. And you never knew who you were going to run into. We were at Coach's, where were we? Coach's Corner. We were down there. And Mike Ditko.
Coach's Corner.
The former Coach's Corner. Mike Ditko walked in there. Place was electric. He bought the whole bar a drink. And it was so much fun. What was the most fun Super Bowl you've been to?
I'm going to say Miami because of the ladies.
Hell yeah.
I met a hooker on the beach. Where was she from? She was from somewhere on the East Coast. And so she was staying at our hotels. So I see this woman. She had her cell phone and was taking pictures of the ocean. And so I went over to talk to her. I said, girl, what you up to? She said, oh, my mom has never seen the ocean before, so I'm taking a picture for her. I said, oh, okay, cool. She said, well, she asked me, what am I doing? I said, I'm a journalist from Detroit covering the Super Bowl. I said, are you just here for the Super Bowl? She said, yes, but I'm working. I said, okay, what do you do? So I'm thinking, maybe she's in tech or something like that. She said, nah, I'm a prostitute. All right. So we had to have a nice little conversation and stuff. And I did not take advantage of her services, although she said, we stay in the same hotel, I can roll by there anytime you want. I said no, because at the time I had to room with somebody. That's the only reason I didn't do it.
Damn.
And I could be up here second mode. She says, "No way would I ever be with a prostitute. That's not right." No. The only reason I didn't do it is because I was staying with somebody. If they weren't with me, we would have done it. But anyway, she was really nice. I got to talk to her mom on the cell phone, and her mom was nice. And but that was cool. And then the parties on South Beach were ridiculous.
It is out of control down there, man.
Oh my God!
Miami and Lauderdale, man, it's out of control at night down there.
The homegirl told me that, and I sort of knew this but didn't know it. She said that wherever the Super Bowl is, there is a call to all the hookers: go to Miami, go to Atlanta, go to LA, wherever it is. We stay here. They come in Sunday night. They're looking for, tourists or people that, and they said we just clean up.
They put out the bat signal.
No, it's the bat signal. She said that,
all you hear is
she said, I know. She said that 1 week during the Super Bowl, she makes almost as much money as she does the rest of the year.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe it.
So that was the most fun, I would have to say.
And
great segment.
Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's a series that addresses the stigma about seeking help for mental health issues. If you're struggling or you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Rhul here for Bedrock Detroit, downtown Detroit. It's all decked out all winter long with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Giant Slide, the winter bumper cars, indoor arcade, all there at the Midway. Plus, you can get drinks at the Lodge before or after games downtown. Pistons, Red Wings. Do it tonight. Shop, eat, and play downtown anytime. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more information. Final segment of the show, Neal, Rhul, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. D-Mac will be back in tomorrow. I will be out on Thursday and Friday. Terry Foster will be in for me there. So that's how that one's going to work out.
I'll be sad, but I'll be happy at the same time.
Absolutely. Dirty Dr. D, TFos story time is the best with the little heart emoji. Well, it's interesting you bring that up because, Terry,
I got a better story.
Here we go.
All right. Whenever I covered the Super Bowl, I had a tradition. I would always take like the first flight out back home, and a lot of times it was at 6:30, 7 o'clock or something. So I didn't go to sleep. I would cover the game, and then I would go to this all-night buffet that the Super Bowl people had, the NFL had.
Which is my strategy when we travel and we have that 5:30 flight back. Mm-hmm. I just run it straight through, and then kind of fall asleep on the plane. All right.
Now, but I had an extra little caveat. I had a little friend who I nicknamed Eggs, because she's a cute girl, really cute. She had little beady eyes. I like beady eyes. Cute girl. She would just show up at places. So
why did you call her Eggs, Terry?
Because her head was shaped like an egg.
All right. So better than I thought it was going to be.
But anyway, I think she started doing it maybe my second or third Super Bowl. I think I was in Atlanta. I get a knock on the door, late at night. No. I did. A knock on the door late at night. It was Eggs. I said, "What's up?" She said, "I'm here for the Super Bowl." I said, "You going to the game?" "Nah, I just like to hang out for the week." I'm like, "All right, cool." Now, I wouldn't see her until after the game on Super Bowl. So then she's like, well, can you get me to that buffet? So I said, yeah, I can, because I made friends with the ladies. I would always make friends with the ladies to get my people in, the old ladies that let you in.
Yeah.
I said, I can get you in. So I, would flirt with the old, I didn't care, with 70s, 80-year-old ladies, say, hey, can you get my girl in? And they're like, oh, yeah, we can get her in. So I always got her into the buffet. So after the buffet, we get there, because I had to write. I'd get there about midnight, hang out there until maybe 3:30. Then me and Eggs would go back to the room to have sex. Bang! It was a tradition. And so we finish up like, 5 or something. And I said, girl, I got to go and catch my plane. And I would always let her stay in the room because she never had anywhere to stay after a certain period. I was a gentleman. Yeah. You can stay here. You just got to get your ass out by noon so I don't get charged an extra day for the room. So we had our little agreement. And don't go through the minibar and jack up my thing. And she never did that. So I wouldn't say every Super Bowl, but probably 4 or 5 Super Bowls, we just did the same thing. Go to the buffet, get Eggs in there, and then we just smash. Then I take my flight and I'm gone, and Eggs would stay there until noon, and she did whatever she had to do.
Sounds like a good day.
But the thing that I messed up on is if you stay an extra day, you get all the Super Bowl T-shirts and sweatshirts for half off.
Oh,
yeah.
I never got to take advantage of that.
But you got Eggs.
But I got Eggs. Eggs was better than the half off merchandise. She's a cute guy. You like her, Neal. She's really cute, sweet. But she would just show up. We were never boyfriend, girlfriend. We just smashed a lot.
Hey.
But I mean, this girl was crazy. I was in Chicago covering the Pistons game. Knock on the door. It was her.
She just knew.
She just knew. She said, I figured you had nothing to do tonight, so I just came to visit. We messed around. And then one day, this has nothing to do with the Super Bowl, but I was in love with this girl at this bar called Floods. She had real thick braids, cute, beautiful eyes. And so I go to Floods, and I'm trying to talk to this girl, and this girl shuts me down. Tells me to go to hell, don't bother me, and blah, blah, blah. And so I walked to my apartment because I live downtown, dejected, because I wanted to bring this girl home, but didn't. So I'm walking to my apartment door. I lived at the end of the hallway on the 10th floor. Guess who was there?
Eggs?
Eggs. Over easy.
Undefeated.
And I'm like, damn, girl. As I almost made I didn't say it to her, but I said to myself, I almost made a huge mistake. So she stayed the weekend, and we had a good time. That's my girl, Eggs.
Man, shout out to Eggs, man.
She would just show up. You never knew. No phone calls, no texts.
When's the last time you spoke to Eggs?
I spoke to Eggs probably 8 years ago.
That was the last time?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's married now, so am I.
Is she on social media anywhere? That's what the people want to know.
Eggs has to be on social media. She sounds like a good girl, though, Terry.
Yeah, she probably is. I don't know. She was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And she lived in Grand Rapids.
Everybody needs an Eggs in their life, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody needs their own eggs.
And as you would figure, Gromit 0237, over easy. Robert Colosia, TFos likes his eggs scrambled. Steven Syrett says, rank Eggs and Chesty Malone.
Ooh. Well, it depends on what you want. Now, Eggs was clean. Because I know the only people she messed with was her boyfriend and me.
Okay.
That was it. Chesty Malone, I don't know. That.
Detroit Dabber 313, what a tale, TFos. It was incredible. It was on brand. It delivered. It's never not delivered. It's never not delivered.
No.
And I'm glad I was here. I have nowhere to go with this except for, hey, everybody, thanks for watching. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Appreciate your contributions. Not as much as I appreciate Terry's contributions, but you guys understand the pecking order. So, for Terry Foster, for Sam Flannel, for Spencer Raxter, for Eggs, my name is Neal Rhul. Thanks for tapping in. to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.